Today we are talking about autoimmune illness. We are here live with you. I have a very special guest who I'm going to introduce to you. And the two of us are going to chat. We're going to have a conversation about autoimmune because it is so prevalent today. And it seems to be becoming more prevalent. Why is that? How do we work with it in Eden Method? How does energy medicine look at autoimmune versus allopathic medicine or Western medicine, known as mainstream medicine? We'll talk about all of that. And let me introduce to you our guest, Adriana Barraza. She is in Mexico City. She is a doctor of chiropractic. I should say, Dr. Adriana Barraza. I probably butchered it, but I'm doing the Mexico City way as a white girl would from San Diego in America. Adriana, you're going to have to slap my hand if I butchered it. I love you. Adriana has been a faculty member of ours for a long time, going back to 2006. She has worked in the medical field since 1996. And she is known as a doctor who combines mainstream medicine and what we call alternative or complementary medicine. And she brings those modalities together. And she is renowned all over Mexico City and elsewhere. And she's very, very, very keen, very wise on autoimmune. So we're going to have her share that today. Adriana, hello.
Hello, everybody. I am so happy to be here and so happy to talk about a subject that is so prevalent. Okay, so while Dondi was speaking, I thought, how many people have autoimmune? Like, just Google it. It came up to 50 million Americans. Okay, so come on, 50 million Americans is pretty up there, right? So we're going to talk about autoimmune and how is it different from allopathic medicine. Now, there has been so many questions about this, you guys in Facebook, about can she help me with Crohn's? Can she help me with allergies? Can she help me with Hashimoto's? Hey, I have psoriasis. Can she help me with that? All right, so let's let's start by putting on our differentiating actually the different hats we have within energy medicine and allopathic medicine because they're very different. See, allopathic medicine, and I do both, so I do combine both, but allopathic medicine specializes in each disease and they will take you through each one. So if you have Crohn's, you have a different treatment. If you have psoriasis, you have a different treatment. If you have allergies, right, which are considered, they're not autoimmune, but we are talking about immune system, you will have a different approach to them. And energy medicine, if you ever go to an acupuncturist or if you ever go to an energy medicine practitioner, they treat it very differently. They treat kind of like the root of it all, right? So within energy medicine, we are going to be helping you and teaching you about the root of where does it all start? What is the backbone of all these autoimmune diseases? Why do I get them, right? Because as you have seen, if you have an autoimmune disorder, you can go to your doctor and you can ask him, so how did I get this? And the answer will be, we don't know. We really don't know how you got it. All we know is that it's more prevalent in women. All of a sudden, one day you develop it for no apparent reason, right? And all of a sudden you are thrown into a middle of autoimmunity. So why is it that we get it? What is there a progression from allergies to autoimmune? Okay, so allergies or getting a lot of infections, there might and there might not. It depends. You see, here in energy medicine, we Always, okay, if you've ever heard Donna talk, she always says your energy is as unique as your thumbprint. So for some people, it might develop super fast. For some others, it might just be over time. For some others, they might just have one very slight. For some others, it might be, I have one or more, right? Now, will this course help with allergies and all of that? Within energy medicine, it's all, any illness, any root is really what we're going to teach here. So our focus is mainly autoimmune, and I can walk through, if Dondi, if we have time, I can walk through what is the little differences, right? Because if you go to a energy medicine practitioner, if you have allergies, it's not going to be the same as Crohn's, but they will treat the problem, the root, they will treat it the same. And that is what we're going to be talking about in this course. We are going to teach you the root of what any illness, right? Autoimmune, allergies, mold exposure. So that is the same root that we're going to be teaching to everybody.
Adriana, you're so awesome. You just took the ball and you ran with it. So let's let the folks know that we are teaching a course. Adriana is one of the teachers. She will be teaching with one of our other advanced faculty members, Margie Fine, and this course is November 5th and 6th. It is online. I will tell you a little bit more about this in a few minutes, but you can already see the link in the comments. It is being posted there so you can read and learn more about it. It's such an exciting course about autoimmune. It will be live. If you can't be there November 5th and 6th, you will get all the recordings. You don't have to be there live, but we will be there live. You'll have a lifetime access to the recordings. Of course, as always, there's a money back guarantee if it doesn't work for you. And I'll get into those details in a little bit. So Adriana, so far, I just love everything you have said. And I want to touch on something, and that is that conventional doctors of Western medicine, aren't really trained to even recognize autoimmune illness. So let's set a foundation first. Can you explain a little bit about exactly what an autoimmune is for people who are here with us today, watching and listening, who know the term, they've seen it on the news, they've read about it in magazines, but they're like, this autoimmune, there are well over 100 autoimmune illnesses now, and I do see them more and more. So what is it exactly? Can you tell us that? And then explain a little bit to us why energy medicine works so well for autoimmune illness when often the Western medicine community is stumped.
Okay, so first of all, what is autoimmunity, right? What does it mean to have an autoimmune disease? What it means is that your immune system is trained, okay? It's supposed to be trained to recognize if something is harmful to you, call it an infection, call it a toxin, and you recognize it and you take it out of the body. So that's what the immune system, I'm talking really broadly here, but that's what the immune system is supposed to do. Now, what happens? Well, the immune system is so ramped up. It's so crazy. It's like, okay, so just imagine like in your house, you receive 100 people a day. You regularly receive 100 people a day. You can deal with that. You can recognize, oh, this is my friend. No, this is not my friend, but he would be okay to come in, and you do this sort of thing. And now imagine all of a sudden that list going to 10,000. So all of a sudden you have to, in a day, know if those 10,000 are friends or their foe, or what happens. And then just imagine that over a month, you are so exhausted that by the end of it, you are gonna wanna kill everybody, including the ones that are friends. So autoimmunity means that you are so hyper, you are so overwhelmed that you start blurring the lines between what is you, what is okay, and what is a real actual foe, right? Who should I kill? So in autoimmunity, the body starts killing your own body because it really doesn't know anymore. It's like, okay, so I'm not sure who is on my team and who's not, and I'm going to start killing the ones on my team, even at the expense of my own body. So you start killing and you start attacking your glands, and you start attacking your own tissue, and you start attacking everything. So you see your skin, or if that you had psoriasis, or tissue in your intestine if you have celiacs, or your thyroid if you have Hashimoto's. So you start attacking your own system. So why is energy medicine so awesome? Well, this is because in energy medicine, we go to the root of the matter. We start retraining. Now, this is really important word, retraining, reprogramming your immune system to say, hey, you know, that dust is not going to kill you, man. Just, you know, calm down. Or it might be, you know, hair from your dog. Okay. So it's your dog. It's not going to kill you. You calm down. And we have specific techniques to do that, to say, okay, so let's rebalance, reprogram that immune system. So instead of being, and just shooting at everyone, including your family, your house, your neighbors, hey, you know what? Hold on. We don't need to do that right now. They're okay. They're friends. Can you see? They're friends. Okay, we're okay with that. So this is what we do in energy medicine in order to bring that immune system back into balance. And we have amazing techniques to do that, and say, and retrain it, and say, okay, we're good. So autoimmune means I don't recognize myself anymore, and I don't recognize who's my friend and who's not. So I'm going to attack everybody within my body. That is autoimmunity.
And we want you to know that we do have a class coming up, and this class is amazing because it's going to address, like Adriana said, the root. So whatever you are struggling with, we are going to look at the fuller picture, the holistic picture. So Adriana, can you share? I know you have so many stories, so many success stories. I love hearing them. We're friends, so you tell me about these incredible people who have overcome really difficult illnesses. Can you share a story with us, or two stories, if you'd like, about autoimmune and some of the success you've had in working with energy medicine and autoimmune illness?
But I think the best success story we have is Donna. I mean, she's a poster child for autoimmunity, for crying out loud. She had multiple sclerosis. Dondi, how old was she when she had it?
Oh my gosh, I don't know when it was that she first was diagnosed with it, but I was a little girl. I'm 54 now, so do the math. It was the 1970s. She was probably in her late 20s when I saw her struggling, because she was around 25 when I was born. So that's when I saw her really struggling, but coming to the end of it, because she was already using her own healing techniques on herself. And that's when it really shifted for her, because doctors said to her, we can't do much for you. We don't get multiple sclerosis. It can't be healed. Well, guess what? My mom did heal, and a lot of people do. And she has very, very, very few symptoms, if ever now. She's almost 80. And for the last, 40 years, she has had very few symptoms. Sometimes when she gets really, really stressed, or in extreme heat. That's interesting, extreme heat. Maybe she'll have a little tingle in her legs, but she can do a technique on it and it's gone. So I hope I answered your question, Adriana.
I think that was awesome. So that is our main success story. And it's the main one because we can see it, right? It's not like I'm making these people up. Donna is a poster child for autoimmunity, but it really takes time. So I want everybody to really catch that, because it takes time. And within autoimmunity, I just want to point this out, Dondi, if you let me, because this is really important. We've had many questions from allergies to long COVID to mold exposure, and to, we get into all the autoimmunes, right? To the Hashimoto, celiac, diabetes, vasculitis, all of them. So all of these run in a gamut. So allergies would be, let's say, the more towards the white, and then all the autoimmunes more towards the gray, right? But they all share this root, and they can all be trained. So for all of you that have had long COVID, yes, there is a specific allopathic treatment that you should follow. I do it with my patients with long COVID, but I always ask them to do their routine, right? They are their energy medicine exercises. And with that, I've had so many amazing just stories from people that had autoimmunity that ran from getting a lot of infections. So I have a lot of women with a lot of vaginal infections. So that's one spectrum, right? The allergies, the recurrent infections. And then I have people with lupus. I have people with multiple sclerosis. I have people, as a chiropractor, I see a lot of ankylosing spondylitis. And that usually is more men. Funny, that's more men. And that's when your whole spine, the ligaments start getting ossified, right? So that's one of them. I have myasthenia gravis, right? When people are saying, come to me and say, hey, you know what? I feel really fatigued. My muscles, I cannot feel any force in my muscles anymore. And they might think they get to me because they might think it's a chiropractic thing when it really is an autoimmune disease. So I've had all of these people. I remember one person came to me with a really chronic cough. We could not, she'd been 20 years, I think it was, with chronic cough. And then we started treating her, the blending of the allopathic and the energy medicine. But really, when I put in energy medicine and they do their exercises, it's amazing how they come back faster, they come back stronger, they come back better. I have had a lot of people with long COVID. I don't know if you know anyone, but it's amazing how many people with long COVID, that is an immune disease as well. It's more on the toxicity side of the immunity, but it's still immunity. And they feel depressed, right? They feel very depressed. They say, I was never depressed before. And all of a sudden I got COVID and I'm bad. And when I talk with them, they say their doctors cannot believe that in just 3 months, they are half on the antidepressants or they're off antidepressants. They are, with people with lupus, they are off the anti-inflammatories and the corticosteroids. They go way down. And it's kind of like a year and a half where they have to be really with themselves and do their exercises and do all of the things that we see relevant for them, because for each one, it will be different things, right? If you're struggling in autoimmunity, if it's emotions that got you in, well, there's exercises for that. If it's you were just so overwhelmed in life, and that's why your immune system also was overwhelmed, because you see, the immune system mimics your personality. So if you cannot deal with stress, and if you're constantly saying things like, this is the death of me, I'm just gonna die, this is too much, no, I'm just dead, this is it, this is the end for me. Well, your immune system is listening to that, and it's saying, oh no, this is not the death of you, man. No, we're gonna ramp you up and we're gonna keep you alive. And I don't care what happens, we're gonna keep you alive. Yes, you will be alive, but you will be with an autoimmune disorder. You will be struggling. You will be with chronic diarrhea. You will be with chronic infections. You will be with so many allergies that in time, right, may end up in lupus and multiple sclerosis. I have seen this in many patients. I say, if you don't calm down, you're going to end up with some autoimmune. 2 years down the road, they come back and they say, guess what? I have autoimmune. And I say, okay, well, it's time that you learn to, come down to yourself. So I can tell you about so many specific cases about chronic diarrhea, about cough about multiple sclerosis coming back, all of them. And they are real success stories, but it's not a miraculous success story. They're usually 1 year and a half, a year and a half to 2 years, where they really can see the difference. And they really come back saying, you know what, I'm so thankful I had this, because now I'm in a much better place than before. So did that answer? I mean, I didn't go into specifics, but did that answer?
It did answer. Thank you. I have a few more questions for you. And the big one, actually, there's a couple of big ones. One is, Adriana, we have people watching, and people who will watch this Facebook Live even later as it makes its way around Facebook and the different pages. And they're very new to energy medicine. And they think a couple of things they usually think. One is, I'm not a healer. I've never done this. I don't know much about it. Maybe I can't do it. And we're featuring a class today, so they'll think this class isn't for me. The second one is really around, it's going to be too much work. Adriana is saying a year and a half, it's going to be hard work for me every day. And what is amazing when you come into energy medicine and you learn about self-care, how doable it is. And I incorporate the techniques into my life every day. They're quick. Most of them are fairly simple. Some of the more complex ones are just because they take 6 minutes instead of 1 minute. So I want to talk about that. Can non-practitioners do this work? You tell us, Adriana. And also tell us about the techniques, and can you teach us a technique today? If somebody's here and they're thinking, I'm not going to that class and I'm busy, or I'm not going to do it, or it's not for me, but I'd love to have something today just from this session.
Okay, first of all, I lead these exercises even to little kids, okay? I mean, that's the level, the starting level, right? 5, 6 year olds that can do their energy exercises without a hitch. I wish I have a really cute video of my kids doing their daily energy routine when they were very little. I don't know where it is, but I will find it and maybe we'll see it in class, because they did it and they were so convinced that that helped them be so bright and so great. They were always bright, they were always great. But really, I mean, come on. If a 5-year-old can do it, oh my gosh, of course you can do it. You don't need to be a healer. It's just like if I asked you, do you need to be a Olympian in order to exercise? No, right? I mean, you can just go for a walk, for crying out loud. You don't need to jump vaults and you know, do 100-meter sprints or know how to bobsled, or no, anyone can do exercise, right? Well, the same with energy medicine. Anybody, okay, so I may not want to run a marathon, that's not my thing, but I can walk, right? And this is exactly what we're talking about, energy medicine. So don't give me that look if I can't do it and I have to be a healer. No, you know, in Mexico, moms, right, when they're angry, will take out their shoe and just slam you in their head. That's just the Mexican way, right? That's just the Mexican way. But that's it, man. Come on. So you might be able to do a marathon, right? Yeah, you could, but you can just walk. So people, forget it, all right? So that's the first question. The second question is it too much work? Well, let me ask you something. What do you find that is more work? To feel chronically fatigued, to feel like your life is, you cannot live it, you don't find any joy in it, you cannot do the things you love, you cannot even do activities you love because of your autoimmunity. Is that really, I mean, do you prefer that to do, like Dondi said, this will not take more than 5 to 10 minutes? It really doesn't. It really, really doesn't. Now, if you want to take it more and do more exercises like running a marathon, yeah, you can, but you can just start with 1 or 2 exercises. So you do have to make a choice, because It's just like the people that come to me and say, you know what, I want a six pack, right? I want a six pack. And they have a beer belly, right? And they want a six pack. Well, you know what? I know exactly the exercises you can do to have that six pack, but you have to do it, right? So, but I want a six pack, but I want to eat donuts, 6 donuts every day. Well, you have to make a choice where either you want your six pack or you want to eat donuts. So this is a choice between, do you want to get well? I mean, really, do you want to live life? Do you want to enjoy your life, whatever many years you have on this earth? Or do you want to keep living them just decimated and in purgatory because your hands hurt and you're so fatigued and your headache is horrible and you cannot do anything because after 5 minutes you're done? So really, there is that you have to make that choice. I love it in the States how you say you have to claim it. You have to claim what you want. If you claim, from this day on, I don't care what happens, I am going to be healthy, well, then the choices you have to do that are very easy. It's like, okay, 5 minutes a day, it's not going to kill me. And really, like Dondi says, it's not more than 5 to 10 minutes. So claim it. From this day, I will feel better. And it doesn't matter how, I'm just going to start, right? So starting is such an impressive point in any change you want to make. Just start. Just do a 1 minute. And then you gradually build it up to 3, and you gradually build it up to 10. People ask, and I know they ask you, Dondi, as well, how is it that you guys don't have any wrinkles in your faces? Even though I'm 60, Dondi is, somewhere much lower than I am. How is it? Why? Well, because we take our time to spoon our little phases and do our exercises that won't take more than 5 minutes. But if you add it over time, it will really show. So your health is the same way. Do you want this day to feel better? Claim it and do it, right? So that would be my thing. You have to claim it. And when you claim something like, from this day forth, I'm going to be better at whatever, your life starts to change in dramatic ways. So I invite you to do it with us. Now, for the exercises. So I'm going to leave you really 2 exercises that I always start my patients with. I always start them with this. So really, this will help you so much, because this will help start to shift the balance in that immune system to let you know that I'm safe. So you go ahead and put your hands on your temples, all right? Put your hands on your temples, and I want you to imagine what feeling safe, what feeling okay, feeling you'll find the answer, feeling that you will get through this will feel like. Even if you cannot find it, even if you cannot do it right now, just think about it. Just think, I'm safe. I'm protected. You have no idea, living in Mexico, how much that helps with all that's going on with the gang cartels and all of that. So I usually remind myself, you're safe, you're okay. So stay in your temples as long as you like. And then you go back and comb your ears on the back, right? And you're just gonna hang on your shoulders right there. Just hang on your shoulders as much as you like. Just pull those fingers into your shoulders, because that's a really important part of triple warmer. And now you can do 2 ways, but I usually like people to go on the back of their arms and just stroke the back of their arms, saying, I am safe, I am okay. But okay, I'm just gonna do this in real time. Okay, I'm safe, I'm protected. Take a deep breath in, hang in the shoulders. Oh, that's nice. Okay. And then just stroke my arms. How long would that take, Dondi? 30 seconds?
Yes, 30 seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. That's what they take.
And okay, so I'm going to just say a disclaimer here. Do not for 1 second think, because that exercise is so simple, that is not super effective. Really. I mean, I've seen it. I've been in practice for more than 25 years now. Okay. And I've seen it work for more than 20. Okay. And please don't dismiss it as, oh, you know what, I have to have, open brain surgery in order for this to work. That exercise, just doing it, if you do it 3 times a day, what did we say, 15 seconds, it will change. It'll start shifting. It will start changing your life. I am telling you, okay? So that's one of them. That's one, okay? So let's add another 15 seconds to this. This is for reactive energies. I find that a lot of patients that are in autoimmunity have very reactive energies. They're usually the patients that if I give them even a vitamin, they will have a wild reaction to it. Or, oh my gosh, no, I cannot do that because it really hurts me. And I just go for a walk for 10 seconds or, okay, 5 minutes and I'm down. And that usually tells me that they have reactive energies, and people with autoimmunity usually do have reactive energy. So I'm going to teach you an exercise. So you are going to put the thumb on top of the index fingernail. Okay, so it should look like this. Okay, so you're going to do both of them. Now this little circle is going to go into your temples, and this one is just going to go in your forehead. And here, I want you thinking the same thing. I am okay. I'm fine. I'm going to figure it out. Even if you're just in overwhelm, this will help you so much, because we are touching here two main things. We're touching triple warmer, and we're touching the neurovasculars, which are for emotion. And it's called the Mellow Mudra, by the way. And you can just do this and just stay here as long as you like. And you have no idea, even if you have to take corticosteroids, because people are when they come to me, it's because they want me to take them off corticosteroids. And I say, okay, all in good time. We're not going to take them off right away, but we're going to start training your system. So this is how we train it. So it's the thumb over the index fingernail, and just put it on. This goes in the temple, and this goes in your forehead, and you just breathe in, and that will start retraining. But it's just like, if you wanted abdominals, right? Because I did one day, 3 sets of abdominals. That's not going to get me my 6-pack. It's over time, and we have to retrain. But it really, you guys, come on. If a 5-year-old, and I have 5-year-olds that do this, if a 5-year-old can do it to retrain their system, if this takes no more than 10 minutes a day, really, you can do it. Okay. Now, within the class, we're going to even give you a menu of things that, okay, I'm going to start with this. And we're very aware of people. Okay, I don't have a lot of time, but do you have time to be sick? That's always my question. Really? But you do have time to be sick and waste hours being sick, because that's what you do when you're sick. You waste hours being sick. So this will start to retrain and reprogram little by little. You don't have to do much. And they are so deceptively, wouldn't you say, Dondi, they're so deceptively simple?
Deceptively simple. That's the perfect way to say it, because these are profound. I credit energy medicine to my success in so many different parts of life, from my health to us looking young, Adriana, to me feeling great, to my confidence. Everyone says, Dondi, how are you so confident? Well, it's energy work. That's what it is. Deceptively simple is a good way to say it. And I'd also like to say, if you just did these 2 techniques with Adriana and you're thinking, what did she say? Triple warmer and you're a what? It's okay. You don't have to know the terms. You don't have to know where you're touching. These are all places that are incredibly powerful on the body. They are energy systems that you will learn more about in the class coming up on November 5th and 6th. You can be a beginner. We'll have some advanced people there. We'll have intermediate. We'll have across the board. And Adriana and Margie Fine are going to teach to all of you over 30 techniques from Eden Energy Medicine, from Eden Method. So let me tell you a little bit about that class. As I said, it's November 5th and 6th. We're putting the link in the comments for you. 25% off if you sign up before October 21st at midnight Pacific time. Over 30 techniques, lifetime access to the recordings. So if you're thinking, oh, November 5th and 6th, I have a wedding. Oh, I'm going away that weekend. Oh, I'm going to be with my family. That's okay. You come right back to it. You have lifetime access, money back guarantee as always. You know, I always say here at Eden Method, we don't want to force you to keep a class that you don't love, that isn't working for you. You call us, we give you your money back, no questions asked. Our whole mission is to find the way that's right for you, to know that you are an individual. You can find vibrancy and health and happiness and joy, and we want to steer you into the right class for you. So money back guarantee, you'll get 4 incredible bonuses. You can see those bonuses when you click on the link. Beautiful, beautiful handouts that we've all been working on. These are like mini booklets that you'll have for the rest of your life. So it's going to be a fantastic class with Margie and Adriana. And Adriana, before we say farewell today, I want to know if there's anything else you would like to say. And
this is very important. And for people out there that have thyroid and diabetes and Hashimoto's and celiacs, this is the foundation. For people that have mold issues and allergy issues and recurring vaginal infections, I see them so often in my practice. This will really help you because again, we're talking about the base of it all, right?
Thank you, Adriana. Thank you, thank you. Thank you to everybody who has been with us today watching this Facebook Live. We will see you in class. Check out the link in the comments. There's lots to read when you click on that link, lots to find out of exactly what will be in the class and if it's for you, and give it a try. You've got nothing to lose. Come into the class, join us, be with us that weekend. And if you find it's not for you, full money back guarantee. We appreciate you, dear community. Thank you so much. Thank you, Adriana. See you soon.
Thank you.